Stink bugs. It's a jicama she planted. I've watched videos that said they won't seed the first year. They have to grow for a few years. This is a first year plant. Look at all the seeds on it. She gets seeds off of her jicama every year and replants them. We're gonna have a ton of jicama next year. Look at that. Little turmeric, goji berry that's getting too much water. Some more sweet potatoes. It's all loofah growing on the fence. All that vine. Earlier in the season there were some of those little lemon cucumbers on there also, but those have long since been gone. So that's our backyard. Oh, I forgot this corner. We have no shortage of basil here. Basil and peppers. She only got 2 seeds to sprout on these guys. Roselle. Last year these things were everywhere. More basil. More basil. Looks more like sweet basil. Moringa. The moringa she had planted here last year didn't make it through the winter. It's supposed to die back and come back from the roots, but it got so cold it didn't even come back from the roots. So she started another one. Got plenty of grapes on the grapevine. We've been eating these like candy. Look at them. This is Jean's pomegranates that she started from seed 2 years ago. Taller than me. And 2 years ago she started these from seed, and they're already, well, they flowered last year, and this one's got fruit that actually lived on it this year. 2-year-old. It's about, shoot, I don't know, probably about 7.5 foot tall. And these pomegranates aren't doing as well over here, but got another, what do we got? 3, 6, 6, 8. This is one of the mulberries that I took a cutting off a tree from somewhere in the country and brought it back, stuck it in the dirt, and it took root. The deer came by here the other night and mowed it back. Which is fine, because these guys grow like weeds. This is a fig. Last year it kind of got choked out by she planted Roselle around it, and they shaded it out and choked it out, and this year she planted a marigold beside it, and this thing grew up and it's doing the same thing. Fig actually has fruit on it. I need to get rid of this marigold. Poor old fig. Choked out each year. This is my loquat. I bought I guess about a year. I think I planted it last spring. Bought it at Lowe's. It's finally starting to grow. Planted it too deep. Well, I planted it high, but it sank. I found that planting around here, you got to plant super high because it sinks terrible. And here's our compost hill with the volunteers. Got some kind of little palm growing up there. That's well, you know what that is. And check out these hot peppers. I don't know where they came from. It's a happy growing in that compost hill. Look at all that. What is it? Mango? Papaya. Yeah, that's a volunteer papaya. Here's a pecan that I relocated this winter. I planted it down the hill down there. I planted it level with the surface, and it sank 3 foot down. The whole tree was underground. And that's the garden area that I made this spring, or actually winter. I think it was still winter. Look at her loofahs run way out there and got flowers sticking out. I know those orange flags are beautiful, but it keeps the deer out of there. Some more of my gourds, birdhouse gourds. Probably all gonna rot. It's been raining. Alright, so this is the trees I planted this spring. Planted a little too early, but I managed to make it. That's my loquat, started from seed. Gene started it from seed. That's my 95-cent or 98-cent mulberry from Lowe's. And all the limbs, I trimmed it, stuck all the limbs in the dirt by it, and they all grew. There's one of the figs that had died back. It's come back nice now. All my sad sunflowers, long since played out. Another loquat that Gene started from seed. Another 95 or 98-cent mulberry plant. Another one of those figs that I got from Lowe's for You know, 95, 98 cent, whatever it was. Another loquat started from seed. Another one of those Lowe's mulberries. Need to get down here and do some weeding, looks like. And the last fig, it's growing. Have plenty of gourds. That peach tree was tiny. That's the one she planted this spring. I put it in a video. Look at the size of that thing. That thing just took off. And I'm just growing weeds here. Look at these loofah. Got a few there in the corner. Thought there was there's a few over there hanging on the fence. Loofah. I can't believe how my flavor's all messed up because I've been taking all these antibiotics for had a bad molar and had to have a root canal. So my flavor's all messed up, but she cooked one of those loofah, and for me it tasted like eating sugar. I mean, that thing was sweet. She planted these guys down here. We haven't been watering them or doing anything, but it's been raining the last few days, so they're coming back. They had all pretty much died. Looked like they were dead. But they're coming back now. I mean, the bottom of that one's totally dried up. She just stuck them down here to see how they would do. It's been so hot and dry. This one climbed up and was, you know, like I said, it was almost dead a few days ago, and been raining, so they're coming back. I didn't get done cutting the grass yesterday. These are my little jelly palms. They're starting to grow. On the side of my fish pond. Fishy. I didn't do much on this time, but did a little bit. And then over there's her persimmons. A little Yasta berry. The sun was killing it, so we put that cloth over it. It came back. Anyway, that's a few of the plants we have around here. And I took some mulberry cuttings down there and stuck them in the dirt in the woods, and they're actually growing too. So I'm gonna have lots of mulberry around here. I think I probably got about 7 or 8 planted right now. My little red birds, the little bandits, go around biting all the grapes and biting everything, taking a bite out of everything. But anyway, folks, it's time for me to go back to work. Live life to its fullest.